What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. We're here with a market review. But if you want to go ahead and watch the bonus stream, you're going to have to log into Twitch later, as it's going to be only on Twitch at 7 Central. Be sure to join. I'll probably do some kind of shout out towards it as well when it happens. But some not so aesthetic things are happening with today's market. And we're not talking just about this really high, ridiculous price on Infinite Impermanence. Ghost Belle is 45 frickin' dollars. 45 here. Alright, so more and more we see Called by the Grave on deck list, and I keep running into it, certainly, when I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So, Called by the Grave, a huge problem. Ghost Belle's not only a card counter to that card, which also gets countered by Called by the Grave, what a nice cycle, but also Monster Reborn, Soul Charge, World Legacy Secession, all these things that aren't necessarily guaranteed to be stopped by Called by the Grave, such as, like, I can reborn a card from your graveyard and your Called by the Grave can't hit that one. Ghost Belle definitely does have its place in the format, and the ability to stop multiple cards with it, and being semi-short printed in Flood compared to the other secrets, it's never had that easy time to buy. I don't think it ever passed below $30 for us, and hitting this price again, I don't know if this is gonna stay, but it sure is looking like it's not easy to get on either platform. $49 over here. We did see it fully bought out on eBay before TCG Player. We now see TCG Player follow. But that's not the only shenanigans happening with Flood. Unicorn has now passed Ibly towards 24. I think this should have happened a long time ago for Unicorn. Something played in tons of extra decks versus a card played in some variants that play Nightmares with Corruptor Ibly. But Ibly, again, short print shenanigans. Unicorn, extra deck monster, even as a one-of, very, very good. And we see it similarly on eBay, $25 here. I'm not really liking what's happening with Flood, but it makes a lot of sense. You're not able to go out and easily get Flood packs like you are our more recent set, Cybertron Horizon. People are asking, well, why isn't this happening with Cybertron Horizon? On some levels it is. If you're actually watching very closely, the danger cards, they're creeping back up. People are anticipating the next release of Danger cards, and they're making their move now. Boral Sword is going down. It's just not seeing as much play as people first thought. I do want to remind people, though, because I actually forgot about this on Inception, and I know other duelists have, too, that I've talked to. You can target one attack position monster. That includes your own monster. So an OTK card that, yes, you can like do that to your own monster, then you can do something else with it. You definitely have options for when and where to activate this and how. Boral Sword's still a pretty good option to have in your extra deck, but not as mandatory as people might have once thought. I personally still would be running it in every extra deck that I could cram it into, but not everyone going for that. So that's what's happening. Like, you can still get Cybertron Horizon. There's going to be the special editions for, of course, too, so there's going to be even more copies of these cards running around with their unlimited print soon, but the chase cards, or I guess I should say the promo cards in Cybertron Horizon just aren't that good comparatively to past ones. They're going to be Super Agent and Hope Harbinger. That's not the biggest chase cards that we've really had put in special editions. They're nice to see, but we could have just seen that in Battles of Legend or something realistically, and instead it's here. But we also look at Cyber Dragons here, and a couple things happening. They're staying really stable and doing well, which leads us to the next buyout, the Secret Rares for Galaxy Soldier. I featured this a while back, and somebody on my stream freaked out about it being bought out while they were still at 12s, but now it's actually moved to 18 for the Secret Rares, and these have crept up from 12. I asked you guys the question, do you think they're going to stay at 12? Or do you think they're going to spike back up to their original hype price of 20? The Secret Rares are headed that way, and the one thing I can think of is we still have a Duelist pack that's supposed to be coming, Legendary Duelist 3, with Zane Truesdale support Cyber Dragons that kind of go along with Galaxy Soldier. The problem with Galaxy Soldier is its fate is kinda sorta to become an affinity for a -1. In a sense, you're pitching a card, getting the card, pitching another card. -2 in a sense, actually. Then you have 3 cards in hand. So you replace 2 cards for an infinity. It's it's a -1 in a sense, but you gain the negate is supposed to be the Therio, but then they get another card for going second. So realistically, Cyber Dragon still in this day and age wants to go second, and there's a lot more decks in this format, such as Mech Knight and Vote, that want to go second too. You don't get that blind, oh yeah, I'll take second anymore. So you do want to be aware of that, and I still think Galaxy Soldier is a great card overall for Cyber Dragons, and you're going to want to go ahead and just, like, surf through, try to find deals that you can. You definitely will find them, but these are auctions. Let me see, buy it nows only. 13, 2 are light play, 1 is near mint. Good luck, have fun. Oh man, these listings are funny, but there's not many on the market in total. Only 19 results between Ultras and Secrets over here on eBay. That's something to know. And the other set that people are asking me, why isn't it going up like Flood? Everyone's scared of the ban list when it comes to this card, Engage. If it misses the ban list, expect this to completely clock back up, I think, towards the $100 mark. Unfortunately, I would rather this be cheaper for duels. A $200 for a playset versus $300 for a playset is a huge difference. But again, you're playing chicken with a ban list when you're holding on to this card right now. And if Hornet or Engage does see that hit, the engine gets heavily hurt. Sky Striker, the deck, however, while it gets hurt, it's not hurt as bad. You have options in pure Sky Striker. So I think taking the engine out from being shovable in any deck, that's not the worst thing in the world, but it would really suck if you've got a playset of these for that to happen. Now, Shadows in Valhalla. Let's talk real quick. The first Euro print ratio from a single case has kind of surfaced, showing Ash Blossom at about 10 out of 12 boxes, but that's just one case, and people are freaking out about it a little bit. Reportedly, the boxes that were given out at Worlds were American print, and Herman Hansen says that's from Joshua Schmidt. So that's a very reliable source, and I personally would think it'd be really funny if we have a reverse of Legendary Collection Kaiba, where Ash Blossom's easier for us to get than them, whereas the hand traps in Kaiba's collection, the Legendary Collection Kaiba, it was easier for Europe to get Ghost Ogre, Droll, etc. than for us. So I think it'd be super funny to see us kind of get Ash Blossom easier to get than them on this one. Rest in peace, my friends that do watch this from Europe. But still, 3 playsets out of an entire case is a huge flood of quantity into the market. It'll be interesting to see where this lands. Will it be 20? I don't know. Three playsets out of a case, but how high is the demand for Ash Blossom, especially if it misses the mark in the Megatons? We'll really have to see. Like, if there's not a there would be so many secrets pulled out of Megatons. Like, it'd be insane. So you are playing chicken, but it's so unlikely for it to be in the Megatons too. It's so unlikely for this to actually, a great card that we'd love to see that way, get the Foolish Burial Goods reprint treatment of just being reprinted after reprint after reprint. But Konami, just think. This card stops Foolish Burial Goods. You should give us the counter to Foolish Burial Goods as many times as you gave us Foolish Burial Goods. Alistair, the Invoker of Madness, still kind of sitting up here. I was wrong. The release is Thursday, I believe, and then Friday for Mass besides OTS tournament store release. So let's kind of watch these prices as the week moves on. One thing that is happening, though, is Ultimate Invocation seems to be moving up. This is an interesting thing I talked about in the Discord. If you follow our Discord down below, with somebody that was talking about Ultimate Invocation, I was worried that this card would actually perhaps go down, because the thing that was keeping both these prices afloat were both of these are hard to get, and I was somewhat worried for it. But now that more and more people are looking at the Invoke deck seriously and considering it as the Link monster comes out now, it seems the Ultimate Rare is slowly creeping off the market. Instead, we only have 12 over here, we have 15 sellers over here, but there's decent lines and quantities being held. In my opinion, this is somewhat surprising. I expected it to stay the same at best. I didn't expect it to go up, but I knew there was a slight possibility of it, and the market just takes that route sometimes, where the other two versions fall, one is rising, the highest rarity, and deservedly so. I think it's a really, really good-looking Ultimate Rare and a really good card. And I just kind of didn't expect it, though, because I thought the price hold was because both of these were expensive. So I thought maybe it'll stay, 30, but no, it's creeping, and you might want to get yours now if you've been holding off and planning on it. I'd never be slow. Like cards like Galaxy Soldier 2, if you're a Cyber Dragon player that for whatever reason hasn't got this and are considering playing it as an option, you better get the Ultras probably sooner than later. These aren't going to become easy to come by unless it receives a reprint somewhere. And just looking through Fusion Enforcers, taking a stroll through, a lot of things have kind of calmed down. Raijin is now more than Purgatrio. Weird. We actually have the Sky Striker engine that you can play with Invoked, and you have, I believe, it's Hayate, the Wind Sky Striker that you can just access from your extra deck, so that makes Raijin a lot more viable throughout this format to bring out. If you can put a Mechaba and Raijin on the board, that's a stop of a normal summon-like monster for link summoning that takes it away for the entire turn without having to pitch a card from a hand similar to Mechaba for a negate. So even if they force your one negate, now they have to play through this to get up into their link summoning tree, and that's pretty dang cool. And finally, I just wanted to take a gander through Battles of Legend as well. This set really did not pan out anything like I thought it would. Cyber Emergency was somewhat an easy call, and it's actually over doubled. Now, I thought it would rest at 10, but it's still going up. Golden Castle, though, even at its super short printed, like, per case, 2 per case ratio, 2.5 or whatever it was, it's crazy to think such a collectible / playable card rests there. It just completely flopped. Dreadnoid's still sitting here, but how is Gumblar worth less than this ship? Please, please enlighten me how this has happened. Degenerates, all of you. But I personally do find it just hilarious. I don't think Gumblar's gonna get hit, but hey, if they hit it that early on a ban list, more power to them. Like, I would love to see this go, but there's no reason on earth that I can possibly think for that. And something kind of funny, besides bamboozling still be up here, bamboozling everybody, a secret rare version of Monster Reborn makes the front page, ahead of Dragonic Diagram, which we know is getting another reprint. I couldn't have seen how this set would pan out if you asked me 3 months ago and this was the end answer. I'd be like, are you kidding me? Are you seriously kidding me, though? Like, no card ends up here. Like, even if I were to predict short prints, I would have thought surely the set produces a $30 card. But no, it's just all this different kind of things, and Gamma Seal, by the way, just heading straight back up to where it was. It's madness. It's like this set's impact was just, besides giving us a reincarnation for that WCQ, it did so little. It's crazy. But again, I guess Shadows in Valhalla is kind of what our Battles of Legend was supposed to be, and Duels seem really happy with that. What do you guys think of today's Market Watch and everything happening, from Galaxy Soldier to Ghost Spell to, kind of just other questions being answered for you guys? And do remember, live stream, bonus live stream, Twitch only tonight, 7 Central. I'll see you there, or I'll be highly disappointed that you're not joining in the shenanigans. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. Thanks for watching, everybody.